Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Last Meg podcast. I am your host, Primal. In today's episode, we are going to be doing our Major 1 bracket predictions. So, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment in comment section below of who you feel is going to win. I do not have my Excel spreadsheet fully updated, but I'm going to give you guys a really solid bracket I have feeling in my gut of what's going to be happening. So let's crack on into it. So starting off the day at 1:30 Central, we have Paris Gentlem8s versus Toronto Koi. I've got Gentlem8s taking this over Koi in a dominant 3-1 win. Maybe Koi comes out, steals overload, depending on if they get den or not. Or I could maybe even see them steal a hard point. But it's like Koi's search and destroy is just abysmal. I'm sorry, but Koi's just struggling in a major way. Next up, we have a rematch of the Carolina Royal Ravens versus LA Thieves from week 5. This one I am going to call game 5, and I'm going to go with Carolina. Like, this is going, like, I could see fans saying Thieves, but I'm going to predict the upset and say Carolina keeps coming on out and dominating the scene. Next, FaZe versus G2. This has game 5 written all over it. I could also see this being a 3-1 to either which way, depending on if a team is having a stinker performance or something. Like if FaZe is not coming out and winning their respawns, like if you're not seeing Simp and 04 take over or having Draza and Abuza step up if need be, I could see this going in favor of G2. And if G2's having, if Kremp doesn't get Kremp Colossus or Colossus in the map set, then we might be seeing it go differently in G2 wise. It all depends, because Kremp has been absolutely terrorizing the scene. Like, seriously, he has been one nasty bugger on Colossus. It's like, if teams aren't banning Colossus against G2, you're losing your brain cells. I'm sorry, but Kremp drops ridiculous numbers on there. Watch the VOD, watch what he does. He is insane on there. So it's like at the Monster Invitational, G2 has gotten them online there, and they've beaten them on the qualifiers, giving G2 a 2-0 edge against them. My heart wants to go FaZe, but my brain says go G2, but I'm going to go with FaZe because I feel like FaZe has been working on getting ready for if they had to go up against G2. Yeah, they went down 0-3 in the search against Surge in week 5, but it's just what my brain is saying. Next, Riyadh Falcons versus Optic Texas. Now, this is where a whole can of worms gets opened up. Like, seriously opened up. And we have to have a serious talk. Riyadh, definitely underdogs. Underdogs in a way of me second guessing how they were going to perform and how they were going to play. Optic, I think, okay, sweet. We're going to get BO6 and MW. Well, we're going to get BO6 Shotzi and the co for BO7. Well, they have been stumbling and struggling a long way, while Riyadh's been making, I would say, some really great strides in their gameplay. I am going to go. Part of me wants to go Optic, being the Optic hometown, and they might get hometown cheese, but if Shotzi and Merc don't perform, that's where things are going to be turned on their heads. Like, what are we going to see? What are we going to do? So I'll give Optic the win, but this could go game 5 in favor of Falcons, depending on how this goes, but we shall see. Now, elimination rounds. Koi versus Heretics. I'm going to go Heretics 3-1. I just feel like Heretics have been performing on a better level than Koi, really. Because they've been going up against stronger opponents than Koi has and just been showing better form, really. Like, Heretics, yeah, you're not really... Yeah, you start off in losers, but when you watch them, they really have great chemistry. Like, they send Optic to game 5, but Optic get the win over them. It's just... I feel like if... I'm going to go with Heretics, but if Toronto come out with a different form, I'm going to be shocked, but we shall see. Next, Thieves versus Vancouver Surge. Okay, this is an easy one. Surge, you're going to get bopped out 3-0. Pack your bags, blow it up, get a new roster for Major 2, please. Now, to the bottom side of elimination, we'll go from the bottom up. We have Riyadh versus Cloud9. I'm going to go Riyadh 3-0. Cloud9 gets bopped home. You guys need to blow it up. And now here's where the dark horse run could happen for G2. I've got G2 beating Boston Breach in a 3-1 series. I could see Breach maybe taking a search. Maybe, well, not a search, but maybe like a overload or something. But it all depends on how G2 performs. Next, G2 versus Riyadh Falcons. I'm just going to see, is there a way I can go back and look to see if G2 and Falcons played each other? Optic, Breach, no. Okay, so last time they played, it was a 3-2 in favor of Falcons. I'm going to call game 5. But if Colossus is somehow in series, I could see G2 winning. But I'm just going to go... This is where things get interesting and tricky for me. Because I could see G2 winning this, depending on how the maps play out. But I could also see Riyadh winning this, depending on how maps play out and what the searches are. Like, this is where things get interesting and dangerous. I'll go G2. Sorry, Riyadh, you guys get sent home. Heretics versus Thieves. So, BO6 rivalry throwback. I am going to call 3-1 to Thieves if they can find their format. And Heretics get bounced home. So, up top we have Gentlem8s versus Royal Ravens. I'm going to call game 5. And here's another one, another difficult series. Like, there's no determined winners, really. Like, this is where things get messy. Like, big time. Seriously messy. I'm going to go with... I want to go with Carolina and say they keep up with the gas. But I've got Gentlem8s taking this in a game 5. And now for winners round 2... If FaZe come out and show their scary format, I could see FaZe winning this. But if Optic come out and have that confidence booster, I could see this be a 3-1 to Optic over FaZe. Either which way, the winner of this will have to play Gentlem8s. This really is one of the hardest major brackets I've ever had to choose. Yeah, I'm going to say FaZe, just because I feel like they have a better playbook right now, just based off of how they've been able to bounce back in the searches and all. And as you know, searches win tournaments. So we will bounce down to losers, and I'm going to say Optic bounce Thieves home in a game 5. I'm going to call game 5 just because it's search, because these two teams could be heavy juggernauts. Now, if it's if it's Thieves versus FaZe, oh dear, this could get messy fast. Now, Carolina versus G2, I'm going to take Carolina over G2 just because I feel like Carolina's going to have better flow and all. And finally, we do have a week 5 matchup again of Optic versus Ravens. I am going to call Ravens in a game 4 just because I feel like Ravens, they might, if they can translate to land, then we're in for a treat, like a serious treat. Now, Gentlem8s versus FaZe, I'm going to go with Gentlem8s in a game 4, just because Gentlem8s have been looking a whole lot more scarier than FaZe, and I feel like their chemistry is clicking a bit more than FaZe's right now. So Gentlem8s, they get to winners, they get to grand finals. And now finally, for the one face-off that I would not be expecting, FaZe versus Carolina. This has game 5 written all over it. I want to say my heart wants so badly to go with FaZe, but if FaZe has a stinker performance, then Carolina wins this. And it's like Carolina's riding that high of being Thieves in game 5 round 11, but it's just, who do I trust more? It's like you have Craze literally popping off for a team, and oh my gosh, this is so hard. I'm gonna go with Ravens being sent to grand finals, and this will be Gentlem8s versus Carolina Royal Ravens. It's like this, it could go either which way for an elimination final. Seriously. Oh, this is hard. This is harder than I thought it would be. And I'm going to call game 7 no. I feel like Gentlem8s map pool's better than Ravens. And I'm going to say Gentlem8s wins this in game 6. Alright guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.